G'day legends, and thanks for tuning in. This week's video back on the Hemi Inter. We're going to get into some repairs and some upgrades, so do yourself a favour, grab your frothy or your coffee, kick back, relax, enjoy the vid. Rightio legends, so I've been driving the Hemi Inter around for a little while now, and a few things stand out to me. One is that she runs like a bit of a hairy goat, so I've just ordered a brand new Carby offline. It's a standard style Carby, so that should be pretty straightforward fit. It's got a bit of a wobble, feels like in one of the rear rims, I think is buckled a little bit. So I've got two spare rims fitted with two brand new tyres, which will match the front, so we'll get them swapped over. But also, it's a little bit down on power. It could be due to that Carby, but also it's got a bit of a pea shooter size exhaust on it, as you can see. Yeah, it's not going to do it. So I went ahead and got some 2.5 inch pipe and a 2.5 inch lukey muffler. So I think first things first, we're going to rip off that old system and yeah, see what we can put together. It's not going to be nothing elaborate. I want it just a little bit breathe a bit more easy and give it a bit more of a better note. So yeah, we'll rip this old system off and see what we can come up with. Rightio, so I got the big L jacked up. Got the weapons of choice out, the old 40 volt Makita. It's just ripper gear. If you haven't checked it out yet, I mean, do yourself a favour, because especially like the grinder, this thing acts like a 240 volt. The 40 volt range is, yeah, it is awesome. So get onto it, legends, hit them up. So I've already went ahead and ripped the first nut off the exhaust manifold. This thing's got dual point headers on it. Probably can't see a whole deal under here, but yeah, so there's the dual point headers. So I'll get these other three out and then I'll pick a spot back there, get the grinder out, cut it off. I've got a V-band up here that I want to weld on where the two merge into one. That's a 2.5 inch V-band. So like I said, I'll rip this header off and then yeah, we'll see if we can mount that V-band, eh? Rightio, so as you can see, I went ahead and trimmed the rest of this up. I've got it set up basically so the V-band slips over it now. There's not much left on the end. I'm going to weld the V-band to what's left of the dual point exhaust system, and then I'm going to start mocking up the rest of the exhaust, moving backwards, and then yeah, get the muffler happen. So first up, we'll get this V-band stuck on and yeah, get the rest of the system happening, eh? Alrighty, so I got that V-band welded on there and actually welded up a couple of cracks from the factory there that were opening up. Come up a tree, I just got a 45-degree bend sitting in there. I think I'm gonna have to chop it sort of midway through to get the angle that I want, but I'll go and chuck this up in there and yeah, start mocking up the rest of the exhaust and get it happening, mate. Rightio, so I went ahead and I've basically mocked up the whole exhaust so far. As you can see, everything's just tacked together, but I've dumped it just before the rear diff there, just with a little 45. This thing was pretty quiet before, so I think what I'm going to do is start it up and see how loud that is, as is. If not, we'll run it over the diff with a bit of a tailpipe, but yeah, I'm really happy with that. The whole thing's basically tucked up under the rail as well, so it's got plenty of ground clearance. So like I say, I'll go upstairs, we'll kick this thing in the guts, give it a few revs, and if it's not too loud, we'll weld him up and yeah, see how it goes. Otherwise, if I do get annoyed with how loud it may be, like I said, I'll just make a tailpipe for it. But pretty keen to see how this thing sounds, so yeah, we'll kick it in the guts and see what she sounds like. Rightio, let's kick her in the guts. So far it doesn't sound a whole lot different actually, but yeah, a little bit throatier down here, but I think we'll get away with what we got. Let's give it a rev. Sounds alright. Like, still pretty quiet, but sounds alright. Alright, well I think I'll rip off what I got, weld her up and bolt her back on, and yeah, that should be the exhaust done. Rightio legends, so we just wrapped up the exhaust. Sounds a treat, can't wait to hear it out on the road. Gonna tackle the next easiest job here, so what we're gonna do is bust out these new wheels. Like I said, I'm hoping those rims are good rims because I'm pretty sure one of these is buckled, but I wanted to put 4 new tyres on this thing anyway. It's got 2 new steer tyres, so let's rip in, get these old wheels off, get these new wheels on, and hopefully these new wheels don't have a massive wobbling like one of these ones. Rightio, so the new tyres are fitted and she's back on the deck, and I don't know, I'm just loving them tyres. This thing makes it look absolutely chunky, so I'm really stoked with how they look. All 4 tyres are the same, all brand new, so yeah, really fattens this thing up a bit, I reckon. So tick that off the list, and like I said, we're going to move on to this Carby. I bought this brand new off eBay. I'm pretty sure it's just a cheap knockoff of the standard one. Cost me a couple $100, so hopefully it works well. Got myself a brand new chrome air cleaner, so that's worth a few horsepower, so that'll be good because this thing needs some. So what I'm going to do, just pretty straightforward obviously. Rip this Carby off. I've got to modify the linkage to accept the accelerator cable and the kick down. So what I'll do is, like I said, I'll rip that one off, put the new one on, do the mods that's needed, and kick her in the guts, and hopefully she runs a whole lot better. Alright, first things first, let's get this fuel line out of the Carby. The new Carby looks like it comes with the fitting already in the bowl, so that's a bit of a win. I'll tuck him out the road. It goes to the breather. Hey, you stay up there. Stay over there. That one goes to the booster. Throttle cable. Kick down, so that's all off. There we go. Should just be the mounting bolts, or mounting nuts rather, now. And it should come straight off. The new one comes with a gasket, which is good because I didn't know if it did or not. Pretty sure this one's alright, but it's always good to throw a new gasket on there, obviously. And it's worth saying too, this Carby worked actually surprisingly well, considering the thing sat for probably 15 years without running. And I basically cleaned it out a little bit. I haven't put a kit through it, I haven't pulled it right apart. And the thing's been driving around pretty good, so I've got to give it that. But I don't really have the time to be playing around with a Carby kit, and there was one available online, so I just thought, I'll just grab the brand new one, slot it on. Hopefully it's a step in the right direction. Not all brand new things are, but like I said, it's worth a try. If not, I can always re-kit this one, I suppose. But like I say, I'm just trying to avoid that. It's always the last one you undo. And it looks like the stud's coming out with it. Alright. Take that vacuum hose off there. There we go. Alright. Carby gasket straight off. Here's the new gasket here, the new base mounting gasket. Hopefully it's the right one, looks like it. It's nice and clean. Oh, perfect. It's actually pretty decently thick too, which is nice. Alright, we'll just make sure nothing's gonna, and like I said, this is what I was about to say, there was some crap in there, which is always a good sign. Alright. Oh, I think that should be it now. Alright, hopefully she bolts on, and it does. Alright, that's a win. Put this one down there. I did contemplate putting a holy carb on this thing. Obviously, they're pretty straightforward to work on. Would have gave this thing more power, but you know, there's the adapter plate, and I've got to re-engineer everything to make it work. And it's like, this thing's not a high horsepower rig; it's just a cruiser. Not to say that I won't do a holy carb down the road. I just wanted something that's going to make it work for now and be straightforward and hopefully reasonably economical. Like I said, this thing's not a race car. I'm not looking for all out speed. That's what Jigsaw's for. So if I can save a bit of fuel in the meantime, wouldn't go astray. So I'm hoping between the bigger exhaust and the new Carby and that, yeah, it'll be a bit more efficient, sound a bit better, go a bit better. It's got horrendous diff gears in this thing. It's like, I think they're 2.7s, 277 I think. So I think that's going to be another upgrade coming in the future. A set of diff gears, maybe like 3D3s or 345s or something. Yeah, it's crazy how tallly geared this thing is, and the fact that it doesn't have a whole lot of horsepower. Yeah, it just doesn't like pulling them. Like, again, it's not all about acceleration, this rig. It'd just be nicer if it got up to speed a little bit quicker. So yeah, I definitely think a gear change is on the menu. Not in a drastic hurry for it, but it definitely would be nice. But one thing that is coming, I've got all the bits for it, I just got to get round to it, is the AC, because anyone in North Queensland knows this thing, yeah, especially with the vinyl bench seat, you just turn up to wherever you're going absolutely drenched, and it's just not ideal. Alright, so the Carby's bolted down. Hopefully this fitting screws straight into here. Which it looks like it is. Alright, that looks like it's going to work. Alrighty. Where's the booster hose? Oh yeah, that's that. That's from the crankcase. That's from Izzy. That one's on there. Alright, looks like we need to round up a couple of plugs, see if it's on the old Carby, and I'll make that mod to the throttle linkage to yeah, make the accelerator and the kickdown work, eh? Rightio, legends, so got the Carby buttoned up, and full transparency, the start I'm about to do isn't the first start. I kicked it in the guts before and this thing was playing up Mary Jip. Was flooding its guts out, and turns out the knee and seat was dodgy straight out of the box. It looks okay, but I could not stop this thing from flooding its guts out, so Swapped out the old unit and the thing runs like an absolute treat, as I'll show you right here, right now. Just kick her in the guts. So yeah, it's absolute run like a treat. I haven't really fiddled with anything else, but yeah, I just stopped it flooding and so yeah, that'll do it for today for the Carby. That'll do the tune up for now. I'll play with it as required, but it's running awesome as far as I'm concerned. I've got one more little upgrade addition to the big girl, and it's going to start with an extra addition to the roof rack. So let's rip into it, eh? Rightio, legends. So I've had a bit of a measure as to what I want to add up to the top of the roof rack there. So got me length of steel here, some 50x25. That's what the rest of the roof rack's made out of. Got the trusty Makita 40 volt out, so I'm going to make some marks, make some cuts, and let's get this thing happening, eh? Rightio, legends, so it's the end of the day, but I've got the roof rack extension done, and now I'm going to show you why I did it. Would you have a look at those things? These are the new Halo series from Novsight, and I mean, I guess it's pretty self-explanatory, but they come with the Halo driving light. So I've got the orange lenses on them at the moment there, but these things actually come with, they got a white halo or an orange halo. So I'll show you what I mean. And there you have it. So obviously that's the white halo. If we hit the button again, boom, there it is. So you can drive around, you don't need the orange lens covers on, and there you got your orange halo. How good is that? So that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like with the one with the cover off, one with it on. Basically looks like the same thing, but yeah, pretty cool little option. I'll rip this other lens cover off here. Rightio, so we've got both lens covers off there. I'll go ahead and I'll switch the spotties on. Boom. So obviously I'm going to take this thing for a run down the boat ramp, the old usual test place. So we'll check this out in the pitch black. So I'll go ahead, turn the spotties up, and there's back to the white halo, and just click it again, boom, they're off. So like I said, legends, gonna wait for the sun to go down. Once it's down, we'll head down the boat ramp, and yeah, we'll really test these things out. The old Hemi Inter, she's becoming a bit of an equipped unit with the old Novsight Lights, so look forward to an episode soon where yeah, we're gonna take this and Cody Shorty camping, and yeah, really flex its muscles with the lights. So we'll wait for the sun to go down, take it down the boat ramp, and yeah, really see what these things are all about, eh? I've been in your waters. Rightio, legends, so here we are at my favourite test spot. I just got my parkers on, and I got the halos with the orange feature on. So like I said, you can toggle between the white and the orange on these things. So I'll just, as you can see, just toggled from the white, from the orange to the white. So they're pretty handy just on the driving light side of things there. So I'll switch back to the amber on the halo, as you can see. And now I'm gonna hit the spotlight side of it. Let's check this out. Boom. How good is that? That is how you turn night into daytime. How good is that? This thing, when she's on full blast, is gonna be lit up like a Christmas tree. Yeah, just for fun, let's hit the light bar. There it is. So just adding all the power to it. So like I say, legends, these things are just dead set awesome. I'm loving them. They work a treat. You get everything you need to fit them in the box. Comes with pre-terminated harness, so it's just super simple hookup. Comes with the switch and everything. You don't need any extra tools. All you need is, yeah, to hook it to your power source and your negative, and then you are away. So I'll put the link in the description down below. Remember, when you want to order some of these, you get 20% off. Use code BAMBAM at checkout. And like, as you would have seen in the other videos, which I'll link, this thing's fitted with the 40-inch light bar. We've now got the Halo 6-inch series spotties on it. I'll go ahead and hit the Pod series lights on the tray as well, eh? I'll show you them. So just for those of you who haven't seen these other lights as it's starting to rain, there you go. How cool is this? So like I was saying, keep an eye out. Me and Cody are gonna go, we're gonna be doing a camping trip soon, so this thing is getting really decked out to handle that. I've got another surprise coming, but as for now, yeah, this thing's gonna be really, really handy off-road. Like I said, legends, link in the description, 20% off. Hit the lads up over at Novsight. You're not gonna be disappointed because they're just awesome lights. So as always, legends, if you like what you see, do us a favor, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.